What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are back in the Cycle Frontier, and in this video I will be showing you some of the best early game loadouts. Now in this video I will be showing you 3 different loadouts, but the best one will be the third loadout, but unfortunately you will not be able to just jump into the game and grab everything you need for that third loadout. It will require a small bit of grinding, that is why I will be showing you these first 2 loadouts to get everything you need to get up to the point of using that third loadout. So let's hop right into it and look at these early game loadouts. During the early game stages of the Cycle Frontier, you will have a lot of options to pick from. Every gun available to you at this point will be purchased from the normal merchant in the center of the space station. The first loadout I would recommend using will be the assault rifle and bolt action combination. This loadout will be able to kill all of the creatures you will encounter during the early game stages, and it will be more than enough to take out other players. When it comes to weapon mods, for the bolt action rifle you will want to make sure you throw a 2x scope on it to handle the long range engagements that you will get into, and any weapon mods that will reduce the weapon's recoil. The same should be done for the assault rifle, but instead of a 2x scope, you could use the red dot sight, but the 2x scope will also do the job on the assault rifle. You will also want to grab a set of white armor, a white backpack, stims, and a med kit. And if you can afford it, grab some grenades. Explosive grenades can be used to kill players hiding in rooms, and the smoke grenades can be used when you are extracting from the map. With this first loadout, you will have a lot of firepower from that assault rifle, and with the bolt action you will have the ability to fight other players without being right in their faces. The second loadout will use the bolt action again, because honestly it is an amazing weapon, and it will also use the same consumables and armor, but instead of the assault rifle you will use the trench gun. The trench gun is extremely strong at close range, and it can take out creatures and other players very quickly. For mods you will want to grab a red dot sight and anything else that will decrease the weapon's recoil. Now this loadout might be better for players who find themselves getting too close to other players and getting killed in close range fights. Of course you will still have the bolt action for long range engagements, but if anyone gets too close to you, you can just whip out that trench gun and they will be dead in a few shots. Including the price of the weapon mods, consumables, and armor, you're going to be looking at about 16,000 K-marks per loadout. Which does sound like a lot, but with these loadouts you will be able to make even more. But if you are having a hard time making money, consider subscribing to this channel, as I will be putting out a few videos this weekend that will show you some really good early game loot runs to make money quickly. And the final loadout, which I consider to be the best early game loadout, will use the Manticore assault rifle and the Bulldog shotgun. The Manticore is an amazing weapon by itself, but adding in the Bulldog, you will be able to land those important close range shots when you just don't have enough time to reload the Manticore. For the Manticore, you will want to use a 2x scope to handle those medium range fights, and also any mods that will reduce this weapon's recoil, because this weapon will have some kick to it. But this loadout has saved me many times, especially that Bulldog. And of course it has enough power to take out the harder enemies as long as you bring enough ammo. But to get these weapons you will need to level up the Osiris and ICA factions. So use those first 2 loadouts to level up these factions, then as soon as you can swap over to this loadout. It will make your life so much easier. By this point you can also ditch the white armor and backpacks and make the green versions of them at the gear printer. They will be pretty cheap and the required materials are very easy to find. And if you want to take this loadout one step further, focus on completing the campaign missions for Osiris. Doing this will unlock the green quality versions of the medkits and stims. These will be a lot better than the white versions, and they will weigh either the same amount or less than the white versions, so it's definitely worth it to have them. You could craft them at the gear printer, but if you complete the missions, you can just buy them from the Osiris market using K-marks. But that's going to be pretty much it. I really hope these loadouts help you during the early game stages of the Cycle Frontier.